welcome to Croqueta Chat. We are here, Team Miami. That's right, Team Red. And we have
Michael!
The smart, the wonderful Michael Burgos in the house.
Michael Burgos right here. How about you guys? Of course, on the race, doing what you gotta do, right?
Yes.
Hopefully we're gonna get past 10th place this time, right? Am I right?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
but introduce yourselves. You are?
Yeah, so I'm Michelle. Like I said, I'm a dancer. I've toured for really long. I toured with Pitbull for a really long time. That's why I usually say that I'm a Pitbull dancer. But I've been in the Miami Heat. I was in America's Best Dance Crew. I've toured with Shakira. I've danced all my life. And let me just add this on. That's my brother Michael, if you guys didn't know. He's a dancer, singer, actor. He's a genius, knows how to do everything. We both grew up dancing and singing. Well, I'm not a singer, but I tried. But we grew up doing everything together.
And how about that lovely, handsome-looking young man right next to you?
Thanks, bro. Thank you, Mike.
With the hair?
Yeah. I'm married to this girl right here. We got married 13 years ago. Firefighter. I've been a firefighter pretty much 2 months into when we were dating.
Yeah?
Yeah, like we were dating 2 months later. I started in the fire service.
I was the good luck charm because
yeah, she was.
I made him get the job.
Yeah. And yeah, she leaves the world to go tour with another man, but now she's touring with me.
Yep.
That's right. Touring around the world, and now you're on the Amazing Race around the world.
Yes.
That's amazing. I love that story. This is episode 2, right? We're going into the episode is called I'm Not Lost. You're lost, and we're going to talk all about it, right? Because it looked like you guys were really, really lost this episode, but we're going to talk about it. So let's get this from the top of the episode, from your guys' POV. As you can see here, you guys are grouped off into different groups, right? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, basically since we finished up in 10th. So the Amazing Race, ever since COVID, they start pretty much in groups. First group is 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Second group is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
There's 4 in the middle.
Last group is 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th.
I think this was kind of like the equalizer. You know, like in other races, they have like a spot's not open at a certain time, or the airport is the equalizer. This was kind of like our way of equalize, right?
I mean, it is equal. I mean, you're better off starting 15 minutes behind a group or half an hour instead of hours, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like in the recent seasons of Amazing Race, there's not a lot of airport drama and a lot of airport differences. Most teams are only allowed to book the same flight, which causes equalizing. So they all get in the airport at the same time.
Yeah. And there are some episodes in the past where even though they had different flights, the equalizer was you had to meet at 7 a.m. at this location and you couldn't start until then.
Yeah.
Right?
That too.
Like it wouldn't open up at a certain time.
Yeah, but this season, just like COVID last year, they're leaving in groups.
So I know we're talking from your point of view. Yeah, just about. So from your point of view then, you guys are at the hotel, right, where you're staying at, and they lead you here. You knew that you were the 3rd group, right? They let you know all this kind of stuff beforehand.
Yeah, I think they told us that morning.
I think they told us that morning, and we were actually really happy because it was 4 groups. So
No, they told us during orientation. They told us about this group start and orientation, but they don't tell you how many groups.
Oh, yeah, they never tell you.
And how far exactly. So you don't know if they're doing 2 groups, 5 and 6, 5 groups and 6 teams, or they're doing 3 groups or 4 groups. We have no idea.
So they're keeping you in the dark a little bit.
Yeah, so it's 3 separate depart times that they're doing.
Yeah.
Got it. Very cool. And you see here on the screen, there's the 4 groups. Did you guys get to talk to them right before this? You guys like nervous, or did they keep you hush hush?
No, man, we couldn't talk to anybody. It's like if you're not on camera, you can't. Like they shush you. Even in the bus, they have shh.
Yeah.
Shh. We love Miss Beth. Miss Beth, she's the one that takes care of us in the hotel room. And Miss Beth, I love her to death. But every time we walk out on the bus, and I get it, she's doing her job, but it was,
Louis would go, shots! Every time.
On the airplane. Shots! Oh my God, just dropped my beer.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically, I was a little happier because even if we would have gotten one more place ahead, Abby and Will were still starting the later group. So I was like, we actually saw Abby and Will as we were parking the last episode. They were crossing the street. So they were the closest to us. And we're like, oh, okay. We thought we weren't that far back. But it's nice to know that even if we would have gotten one place later, we would still be in the same group.
Right, and you mentioned, Mike, what's our mindset? So, like, we're leaving last right now. The day before, I was pissed that we got 10th. I was mad. Mike, you know me, man. I'm not a person that's quiet or angry. Like, I was upset. I was mad. Your sister got me out of the gutter, man. She lifted me up that night. She regrouped me. She talked to me. And as you see here in the one of our first clips, Team Miami. Yeah. Let's go. We got this.
Like,
let's go. And we're back on track.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
I told Lewis that every time we would get to the mat, because we're like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We're on Amazing Race. If we're not kicked out and we're not last, like, we're thankful for another day. We're dancing on the mat. And then I got there and we're like 10th, and I'm like, we're not in last. We're in 10th place. And Lewis was like, and I was like, Lewis, you have to dance. And he was like, okay. But he kept this face.
He was doing.
Oh yeah.
2 hands on the side.
I was just like,
that's it. Serious face.
What was that, the movie Hitch?
Hitch.
Right here. You ain't moving. I didn't do the Q-tip. Ain't no Q-tip.
No Q-tip.
Just hands right here.
Yeah. And then Phil was like, yeah, 10th place. And he was like, 10th? Like, his mouth
couldn't believe it.
dropped, like, 10th?
But
I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it
episode
episode 1, but it was this close.
It was very close. It was very close.
People always say, you don't get it until you're racing it. You guys keep telling me it was like that close.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So you're It's 8:30 in the morning. You guys are departing, leaving from Munich, right? And you're going to Innsbruck, I think it is, Austria.
Innsbruck, Austria, yes, sir.
So here I have there's you guys. So here I have this picture, right? It's like you got this huge map.
Yes. Yes.
Did you stop someone? Did you GPS? Are you figuring out the route? Like, I went on Google Maps and I looked it up, just from city to city, not even where you were going, and it's like 2 hours. But it was telling me this route is 1 hour 45, this route is 2 hours, this route is 2 hours 10 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a big gap. What'd you guys do?
We stopped. All right, we got the map. We got in the car. We got a map. They give us a map for pretty much last leg and this leg. And we stopped the lady right in the street. Like, we got to know what's the fastest way. We kind of knew, obviously, we're going Austria. I knew that south. Michelle, I'm not sure if she knew at the time. She's not good at geometry.
The geometry wasn't working.
Yeah. We did. No, we looked at it and we saw where it was. But I told Lewis, we're not from here.
No. Yeah.
So
we always a plan from day one is get directions.
Yeah.
Stop
like
the lady,
GPS
got her
directions.
GPS directions. And this is... so basically we got those directions. That poor lady, she was a doctor.
Yeah.
And we're like,
she was on her way to work.
Sorry, if your patient's having a heart attack, they're gonna have to wait. And she was super nice. Yeah. And then we're just writing down very detailed directions. We were still writing down step-by-step directions at here. So we kind of like later on during the leg, we kind of went away from that and just used the map and the streets, like the writing on the map. But anyways, and yeah, we were taking a little while with her, and she was just like, I gotta go to work. I'm like, I'm sorry, give me a few more minutes. Yeah. And then I think it was Abby and Will that asked her for help, and there she's like, no, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
So that's why they started following you.
So
yeah, I think 2 of her patients died that day. We later found out. I'm kidding.
I was like, when did you find that
Why would you believe me, babe?
Okay, so the Google directions said the fastest way was to go. So this is why we were going north. Obviously, it's south. But if you go north, there's a highway.
No, I'm sorry, baby. We're going north because if you see that street right there,
it's a one-way.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah.
That's where you have to go north at
Yeah,
first.
but there's a highway there that we grabbed to go down.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what
So
you're
the
saying.
highway was like more towards north. It was one way, but it
You can
said
tell
to
that
take
Michelle's
the
a
highway.
navigator here because
Yeah, exactly. No, I could tell you. I look back at the maps and I know exactly which way we went for everything.
yeah.
We went up to get the highway. We basically, the way the roads go is they're both going like straight, but one goes down and one goes forward, right? And you don't.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that.
like we didn't, like on the map, we couldn't see the difference of what's up or what's down, or it wasn't really telling us what's wrong.
That's right.
That's
how,
why we took the wrong street.
it was the wrong ramp onto
Yeah.
the expressway to go north. We
Yeah.
went north by accident.
Yeah. And then of course you guys are like super serious. Like, look at this picture. Like, wait, where am I going?
Yeah.
What's happening? And Michelle's triple checking.
But no,
Oh,
if you
cool.
see that clip there that they had, that's already like an hour into our drive.
Oh, is
and then
it?
there's another clip of her bringing the map up to me. Like I'm driving and I'm looking at the map, and that was like an hour and a half later. That wasn't even. That's already like those clips that they got and they pieced them
Yeah.
together. It was all bullshit.
So this is the edit, right? No, but you gotta
I get it.
CBS has a job, right? They're gonna make this as entertaining as possible. At
They
the
lie.
same time, right? Because they gotta entertain the audience. They can't make it seem like everything was blasé and everything is happy-go-lucky. But this is something I wanted to talk about, right? Because there's something to be said for the edit, right? And then there's something to be said versus the actual drama that's happening. And let's be real, you guys said some lines that were able to make a great edit, right? It happened, right? You guys, I forgot what you were saying, but you were like, "Oh
We're
man,
going the wrong way."
I think we're last. We're going the wrong way. This and this and that and that."
I think we're last. Yeah,
Yeah,
You said,
I think
baby,
we're last.
We're last, not
baby,
think.
we're last.
Yeah, baby, we're last. So,
so-
what happens?
Let me talk about when I said the lines. We're going the wrong way. Like I wasn't saying that to Michelle at the time. It was, if you hear we're going the wrong way, they both sound the same, and it's from the cameraman asking me, "Lewis, what's going on?" And I go, "We're going the wrong way," but we fixed it. And now we made a U-turn. We're back
Yeah.
on track. You know, and then they used that "we're going the wrong way" like multiple times in that scene.
So the funny thing about this is Abby and Will, from the day before, we used our map from the day before, and thankfully I kept it in my bag and everything because they gave us another map. But to get out of the city, it was better to use the map from the day before.
Right.
Abby and Will had a big ball like this of a map. Like it was crushed into like,
yeah.
yeah.
They
And
like
then
stuffed it in their bag or something.
they stuffed it. Like it's hard to fold maps. So aside from the fact that the lady didn't help them, they had a ball of a map. So they were like, "Oh, let's just follow them." But yeah, I was just like, that's risky because we didn't talk about following each other. Like all of a sudden a car's following me. I'm like, "Oh, they're following us, but we haven't talked about this. What if we lose them? Like, are they following us? Should we slow down for them? You know, because we loved Abby and Will. We were cool with them. So
Yeah. And
That's
pretty
why.
yeah, and we're back.
And
This
we're
sounds
back.
fucking
We had
good.
some technical errors, but I think we should be okay. All right. You know what it is? Is you guys are so bad at navigation that we couldn't navigate our way through this podcast. I mean, it is what it is. You know, we can't. You know, we just gotta do it.
don't get me angry, okay?
And you know what? Yeah, Mike,
On
like-
the race, I was not allowed to be mad at Lewis because we're in a relationship. But if I was on the race with you, we would be fighting.
100%. We'd be fighting all the time. You got to save your marriage, but you know what? We're family, so it doesn't matter.
What were you last talking about?
We were talking about. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not that important. You were talking.
I just
about,
want to say one more thing about the edit.
All right, go.
It's just, it sucks that you have such a good leg. You go from 10th to 5th.
Oh, we don't know that yet, but yes, we got to 5th.
Oh, okay. Is that how we're doing this?
yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. They already saw it. The
I
audience
hope
already
so.
saw it.
But yeah, so we improved so many spots. We passed each roadblock and detour in 2 tries. And all people want to talk about is that we got lost. And if we got so lost, how do we beat every single team in our
We're
departure
gonna
time?
get there. We're gonna get there. I know you want to talk about this. You know, I can see you're upset. We're gonna get there. I promise. I wanted to talk really quickly about Quentin and Maddie. I think I have a picture of them
Yes.
because
love
they
them.
actually went to. I think it was. I looked it up.
Did you?
Innsbrucker Ring in Germany
Okay.
instead of the Innsbruck in Austria.
How far was it if you looked it up?
So it's only 10 minutes from where you guys started, right?
That's
It's like
probably where
really
they went.
close, right? But what I wanted to talk about was, did you see their reaction? They were cracking up,
They
right?
were cracking up. Yes.
What did you guys get to talk to them? Did you guys get to know them or all that? Like, I want to know a little more deets about them.
Maddie and Q are amazing.
They're awesome.
They're amazing.
They're
Oh, yeah?
great. Obviously, we have the dancer. Well, they have dancer, correlation. I'm in it. But man, Maddie and Q, they're great. After this leg, they kind of like told us what happened, and we're just like, what? You guys went to the wrong street in the wrong country?
I feel like since it was 10 minutes, they were like, oh, we're the wrong. They did not think they were going to be so behind. Because if we started half an hour after them, they're like, oh, we're 10 minutes off. We get redirections. We should get there around the same time. But they didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, but I just love the fact how they're just like, oh yeah, we're not in Austria. This is not where we're supposed to go. I don't know what happened. The extra notes in the clue says the exact address.
Yeah.
I wonder how they messed that up.
I saw that.
They didn't
heard.
do the clue. They didn't do rule number
No,
one.
I
of the
heard-
Amazing
The
I
Race.
extra notes in the clue, yeah.
So Q was saying, I heard this in another podcast. Q said that when they went up to someone, I guess they were like late or they had to go. They put in. It wasn't Q who put it in. They put in the direction. And I guess since they were in a rush, they didn't write the whole direction,
Got
and
it.
it led them somewhere else.
Got it.
Yeah, but for me, I'm all about having. I don't want to say a good time because you should be worried about it.
Right,
but the
right.
moment you get upset, things don't go well. Like if they're upset, they get in the car, they're at each other, they're not gonna be in a good state of mind. So
Yeah.
I love the attitude.
Yeah,
that
what if
took.
they would have gotten mad, fought about it? Would it have been the same result?
That's
I don't
true.
know. Exactly. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to touch before we get into calling in the cows is, so they named, if you can see it on this here. Sorry, you got to remind me of their names again because I didn't catch it here. It's Lumumba and
Glenda.
Lumumba,
Glenda and Lumumba. There you go. For those of us who aren't watching and are listening, Glenda and Lumumba, they kept talking about their unborn child and how they already had a nickname for him.
I just wonder what's...
Boom boom.
Yeah, Boom Boom.
Boom Boom.
I just wonder
Boom Boom.
what's his name, though.
Boom boom, boom boom. They're just gonna call him Boom Boom.
Like
The
Bo?
name doesn't
Like
matter.
what a Bo?
They're just
La
gonna-
boom boom.
Boom boom, la boom boom. So that
like it.
means, what is the nickname of your unborn child?
Lulu, what up? Lulu.
Lumi.
Yo, what up, Lou?
Lumi.
No,
Okay.
his name's gonna be
It's
3
3.
because I'm gonna be like, because I'm junior because my
Yeah.
dad's senior. I'm junior, so he's gonna be Luis Fernando Colon the third. I'll be like, yo, what up, 3?
So
The third.
we're gonna have a girl, but if it is a boy, I'm giving him the opportunity to do whatever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Lewis, who resides from Country Walk in the area of
Luis-
Kendall,
Luis Fernando Colon III.
from the wonderful city of Miami in
Of
the
House
state of
Croqueta.
Florida.
House Croquetas.
House of Croqueta, the third.
The Ito Croquetas.
Oh, that's
The slayer of tequila shots.
great. Oh my God, the Slayer! I love it. All right, cool.
Oh,
So let's jump ahead a little bit, right?
There it is.
We'll get that later.
Because here we go. We are at the, what is it called? The call in the cows, right?
Yeah.
And you guys had to do yodeling.
Yeah,
You
we
get-
actually, well, when we got the clue, it said calling in the cows, and Louis looked at me and he's like, do you want to do it? Because I did the first one, and I was like, calling the cows. I'm like, that's strength. Every clue I read, I thought it was strength, and he's doing all the strength things. I was like, that sounds like you're moving a whole bunch of cows somewhere and all that stuff. And Louis was like, he thought it was
Milking cows.
milking cows. So
Got
he was
it.
like, you could do it.
And the thing about Michelle is that our game plan from day one, it was for me to do the first roadblock, no matter what, because she had a little bit of jitters. Right? She was a little nervous.
for sure.
And I feel like this roadblock, she was still a little nervous, and I felt it from her. And I go, baby, you got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, he did.
So that's how you chose between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any rule, or did they tell you anything at orientation where it's like you guys have to go half and half, you guys have to do a certain amount, and the other?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a certain amount, like in order, but it has to be half and half by the end of the season.
By the end of the race?
Yeah. No, actually, by the end of the season, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. But you know what? If you look at this slide, if you look at this picture, you guys are still in 10th place. So you haven't gone down, but you haven't gone up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Except it
So
just
how
turned
is our
around because
navigation?
Abby and Will got up and Q and Maddie went underneath you
Yeah.
guys. You know, but you guys are still in 10th place. All right.
Well, here's a little behind the scenes for you.
Yeah, sure.
When we got there perfect. We were really happy with our navigation. We got straight to the place. We never had to stop ever again. And then there's like a little flag telling us that the place is that way. But you always have to park and mark parking spots. So when we were about to go into the place, it's a trail to go up to the mountain, and people were walking there. So we didn't think that
there was bicycles and people walking in that path.
Yeah.
So I didn't make that left, and then we see a car up. All right, so you know if it's a contestant's car, a team's car, because they have a sticker on the back of it, and it's the same car we're driving. I see one of those cars in the parking lot by a restaurant. So I pull in right there, but I'm like, where do we go? We went inside the restaurant.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, there's a car here, but there's no marked parking. I don't care who that is, but we're not parking here. Like, we have to park in the marked parking.
But we went inside the restaurant to see if maybe like somebody could tell us something, like help us out with the address. The lady in there is like, if you're not eating, get out.
Yeah.
Like, out. And we're like, and whenever you enter location, if your cameraman and audio person does not follow you in, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Oh, so they didn't even follow you in the restaurant.
Yeah. So we went inside this restaurant.
That's a nightmare, right? Because then it's like release.
Exactly. Yeah. We went inside this restaurant and our audio and camera person are back there. We're in the wrong spot. We're there. Yeah. So we went back out. What I was thinking is, I think that was Asta and Nina's car that production was using that was parked in that parking lot.
Got it.
So we get out of that parking lot and we decided to drive where the arrows were pointing, where all those people were walking and riding bike, and we decided to drive there, and that's where everybody was at.
Yeah,
so we
but
lost
it was
a few
crazy.
minutes there.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't the right path.
Also, Mike, let me tell you this. There's two roads to go down to Innsbruck from Munich. According to our GPS, we took the right route, right? At the time, right? We used Lady's GPS. Everybody said they went the other way. So we were just like, man, maybe traffic caught up to us in our end, because according to the GPS at the time, our route was the fastest.
So you did okay. So there was traffic too, right? Because they showed
there was traffic on both
they
sides.
had traffic.
It looks like they had traffic on both sides, but I guess their traffic was less because the teams did beat us there.
But you know, like when you put it in a GPS here in Miami, it tells you, oh, it's this long because you put it at that hour. But as time goes by, the time keeps going up. That's what I feel like it was.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
And
but I saw the routes, right? And they're different. They're really far apart, right? And it's like one goes like that and it veers like this, and then one goes like that and kind of goes like that.
Yeah.
So
and then actually when I don't know if you noticed that, but on the screen it shows the route, and our route was the route to take.
Oh, really? Let's see.
Yeah,
that's the route we took. And also the next day, I'm going ahead a little bit, but let's see if you have it. But I'll say this, the next day, obviously we're not in Innsbruck. So to go to Italy, the bus has to take us back to Munich. And the tour bus took our route back to Munich.
It.
Okay, yeah, so this is, you have to find the part where like Phil is
like in the very beginning.
Describing.
Yeah, very beginning.
Got it. Let's see.
Yeah, probably before this. No, not that far.
Hold up.
Yeah, that's a recap. And then
There, it should be around here, no?
We'll just fast forward real fast.
Oh,
Here
right
you go.
there, right
Whomp.
after.
There it is.
You
That
see?
was our route.
That was our route.
So this was your route.
That
Yes.
was our route.
Yes.
The other one goes over
I feel like most of the teams went the other way.
I think all the teams went the
I
other
think
way.
all the teams maybe went the other way.
You're the
That's
only one.
wild to me, right? Because here, let's back it up. I'll just play this
And
one
I think
section
our
here.
route is actually the prettier route too.
They said our route was a scenic
Yeah.
route. It was a
And
pretty
nobody else took the other route. So here's Munich.
according to Michelle, nobody else. I know from our group, nobody else took that route.
Got it. Because there's another route that goes kind of like east, and then
Yes.
and then it hugs back down and it goes west.
Yes.
I think your route is the longer route, but the other routes can get more traffic.
Yeah.
If I'm not
So
mistaken.
at the moment when we looked it up, that was the faster
Yeah.
one. That's why we went
Got
that
it.
way. But then it
Got
caught
it.
up to us.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't even, after that street, we turned around 2 minutes later. We never stopped again to ask for directions. I found everything on the map. I led him straight there. Like we even went
Okay,
straight
but we'll get
into
to
the
we'll get to
restaurant.
that. We'll get to that in just a second. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's go back to calling in the cows. Right? You guys decided. Lewis is the first one. You're gonna do that. You know what? You're gonna be herding cows, but you didn't. You're doing yodeling. What goes in your mind when you're like,
I was so happy.
"Oh yeah, you're happy"?
Karaoke is my life. I'm like,
So true.
This
You love karaoke.
this is Amazing Race karaoke.
This is karaoke.
Yeah.
Yes,
Amazing Race
Austin.
karaoke.
Oh yeah.
Can we get Amazing Race to send you this song and you're gonna sing it at the next karaoke?
Oh, that would be great. I'm not
That's
gonna-
a great
yeah.
idea.
So looking at this picture right now, right? That looks like it says Haiti, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Haiti,
Hoity.
The red or the black?
the black.
Haiti.
Haiti.
So,
But you
let
want
me
to
see,
say
let me
like
see.
with an A.
So if they
like,
say Haiti, right, the first one, this is Hoity, right? The red one.
no, the one in black is Haiti.
Oh, the one in black then, the A with the little circle on
Hoity,
top.
yeah.
That's Hoity.
And
that's
then
Haiti?
Haiti. Yeah, so you know how people were saying like once you figured out the pronunciation, like and the way the music the song goes, you're like
Yeah.
halara. Do it. Nice. Now Michael has to do it because he's
Come on, Mike.
Well, I the good part was
You have
you
way better vocals than that. I know you're a singer.
Oh, but the best part was that when we were doing, because we went to a little so everybody knows, right? You guys have a viewing party every Wednesday and we kind of watch it with everybody, right? And then they were doing the Hoity, Haiti, Hoity, and I was there, but it was so loud that I was really yodeling. I was like, Yaity, 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 but nobody could hear me because it's like so loud. In there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. If you sing out
But that was
loud.
great. But I didn't realize that you had to do two. There's like a second verse and then a third verse.
There's 3 different songs.
Oh, it was completely different songs.
Yeah, they would stop you in the middle of it, and then you start the next one, and they would stop at the so like okay, you pass the first part, then you pass the second part. I think the first time I did it, I went up to the second part, and then they made me go back.
And of course, there's a line because only one person can go at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
then-
huge.
And then the ho and the ya, like the ja is like Joe, or like it's like the pronunciation is really different. So
And going back to the line, Mike, like, dude, you get there, and if you're last, you have a lot of people in line. But if you get there first, you get to go as many times.
You
as
can
long
keep
as
going.
nobody
You can
else
keep
there.
going, and it's like
Yeah.
you mess up, you do a refresher, and you
Yeah.
come back and you do it again, right? So
Mhm.
Claire and Derek probably had a huge advantage, but it was just really hard for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
for
when
sure.
I got there, Claire was still there, Rex was still there.
Everybody except for
Everybody.
Lambumba and Glenda, where they were running out as
And
we were
Q.
going in.
'Cause they
And
weren't there.
and the military brothers, Marcus and Mike,
Yeah,
they
so-
left. They were once we pulled in, they had like a map out going to the next spot, and Lambumba and Glenda were coming down.
So I had like 6 or 7 people in front of me before I could actually sing
Right.
once.
Right, and
And
you have
they
to
were
wait.
already-
You have to wait in line. This is not like a virtual queue, right? Where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go after Claire. No.
You lose your
have
spot
to-
in line, you're out. Like you have to go
and
back.
you
go
have
back
to
up.
wait, and you're
Yeah.
there physically. You can't go with your instructor and be like, "Hey, do it one more time. Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got it." Right?
Yeah.
You can, but then you're going straight back to the end, wherever the
Yeah,
end is.
you lose your place in line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah,
But
so for me, I was like, I think I messed up in one thing and I knew it, so I'm just going to keep doing it. Because if not, two people could sing at that moment where I'm trying to go with the instructor, and that's it. I'm 2 places again behind.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you guys are 10th, so I mean, you can only go up from there, right? Because Q and Maddie weren't even there.
That's true.
And I kept on telling everybody, like in a group, like we weren't that close with Q and Maddie yet. And I was just telling all the guys and the girls that weren't yodeling, I was like, guys, we're good. Like everybody, let's enjoy the scenery here in Austria.
Oh.
Let's look at the mountains. Let's chat. Let's have a good time.
You know what? I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because Michelle's waiting in line. Michelle has to do all the hard work right now, right? Lewis, you're just sitting back there chilling, right? And you're just watching. What's the vibe like? What is like? How is Derek feeling? How is like?
I think it depends who you are. Exactly.
Exactly, right? Because it was Tim there. It was Derek. It was it was Lumumba, right? And it was like, how was that?
Yes. So me, like, I was in very good spirits. I was just soaking it in. I had all the confidence in the world in your sister, Michelle, and I was just like, she's got this. I know she's got this. This is she was better for this than I would have been. Derek was stressed. Derek, I looked at Derek and he's just like, I can't look. There was some point that he hid behind the tractor and he's like, I can't look. And I was just like, it's okay, bro, hug me. And I would just like go down with him and I'll hug him. Aww. And I'll be like, hey, it's okay, bro. You know, there's a team that's not here yet. We're all good. Relax. Everybody seemed okay. Everybody
realized it was Q and Maddie that weren't there yet.
I feel like everybody was very nervous. I'm like, guys, come here. We took a picture. I'm like, guys, enjoy this. They took
a boy band picture.
Oh, we made a boy band picture. I was like, all right, guys, boy band. You know, one of the producers taking pictures. Like, all right, boy band. Name this album cover. You know, so
what's the name of the boy band? I gotta know the name.
Man, I don't know. The Arnolds. Nah.
The Arnolds. We didn't even talk about Arnold. How much were you talking about Arnold the whole time?
No, Michelle.
The only thing that came out in the episode, and I wish so much more came out, but what came out was Lewis saying, Arnold, we're coming to get you. We're coming to get you. But Arnold. It was a 2-hour drive. This guy, every 10 minutes, would say something of Arnold. And I was like, you better hope it's Arnold, because if he lives in Austria, because
that he was born in Austria,
yeah. I had no. I was like, Arnold, and I'm thinking like, is Arnold from Austria? I'm not even sure.
If you're wrong, then this is gonna be the worst thing. But if you're right, they better put it like 5 minutes in the episode.
Yes, and they're right there. I'm like, I hope Arnold's from Austria. If not, I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Oh man, we gotta head
and then
up
I got to when we got to yodeling, I saw the guys there. I'm like, hey guys, is Arnold from Austria? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. We gotta tag him. We gotta go on Twitter and be like, yo, Arnold, we hit you up in Austria when we were on the Amazing Race. That'd be great.
Hey, now thinking about it, you know why I think they showed us so much getting lost, because that's the only footage they had of us. And we never had a conversation in the car. It was just Lewis saying, Arnold, I love your country, Arnold.
The
Arnold, Terminator. I'll be back.
Yes.
And I'll be back in first place.
Yes.
I do an awful Arnold impersonation. All right. So at the end, Michelle gets it. What's up? Right? You finish it and you get your clue.
You see how tucked in that clue is? That the red clue on the side? That's not going anywhere.
Where?
That with my life.
Oh, I see it. I didn't even notice that because it was kind of matching with my
life.
Okay. So are there any rules or anything against like you holding roadblocks or you're holding all the clues? You don't have to come in at the end with all the clues or whatever, right?
No, you don't have to, but they do take away the clues right away.
When you're done
at the very end of the leg, they take away the clues.
So once you finish, you can't sit in a corner and try and write all the notes, because you know that there's sometimes
because if you come in at the end of if you get all the way to the end, that might be hints and stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
That's why a lot of times I was actually proud. This is the first time that I was like, we got back to the hotel and I was like, hey, I was in the middle of a roadblock. I couldn't observe anything out there. And he noticed everything. What color was the tractor? What color was what was up? What the guys were
So
wearing.
you guys are writing
everything.
notes and stuff? Do they give you a journal, or you can have a journal or something?
We could bring a journal. You could
Okay,
bring a
got it.
journal. And
Got
then when we went back to the hotel, Lewis knew all of that. And I was like, wow, I'm really proud of you. But we studied everything. I knew that I had a red thing with a white thing under, blue. Lewis had the green with the socks up to his knees. Like, we knew
Nice.
every
Yeah, he remembers a
specific.
lot.
Okay, so let's do context, right? Because one of the things that we don't get when we're watching the show is that we don't get context about how long these things take, right? You told us it took 2 hours to drive from Munich to Austria,
Like an
but
hour
we
and
didn't really
45,
feel that. Yeah, an hour 55, 2 hours, 10 minutes, whatever. It depends on the route you take, right? But when you're there and you're doing these things, how long did Claire and Derek take versus how long did you and did you guys take, right? Because you guys are waiting so long, did you guys take 20 minutes and they took 2 hours, or was it like
Man.
15 minutes and
Well,
45
they were
minutes?
ahead half an hour.
They were
let's
ahead
say-
half an hour and then you end up passing.
Well, let's say we got there 15 minutes later than half an hour because of
I don't understand your math.
the restaurant.
15 minutes later than half an hour. So
Yeah.
45 minutes later.
45 minutes later.
No, that didn't take 15 minutes at the restaurant.
No, I'm including the extra traffic and then the wrong street.
Okay.
So let's say like they were there an extra 45 minutes
Net,
early.
you were behind 45 minutes, basically. Okay. Compared to
so
Claire
we
and
were
Derek.
behind 45.
And they were first.
They were first.
Technically, yeah.
They were first.
And they got there
truthfully,
first too.
when I looked at, how long did I learn it for? I learned it in 5 minutes.
Oh, she was at the coaching area because you pick a coach and
Yep.
that coach takes you to learn it. She was there for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
minutes.
And he was like, I still need to teach you how to pronunciate a little better. And I was like, no, I'm good.
And she's smart because
But you
while
can hear them doing the challenge, like you can hear the other people. Okay,
While
got
you're
it.
in
So you
line,
can kind of
she was-
learn while you're doing it, while you're waiting.
she was
Like,
watching
got it.
while she was learning while she was in line.
I was singing and doing because you had to do a dance too with it. And then like the whole iti, you had to milk the cows.
You had the milk, and then the
Yeah.
other ones was like this, and you had to
Yeah.
kind of go like that. Yeah.
So I was just like, I know what I'm pronunciating wrong. I'll practice in the line. So I left right away.
But
I
going
guess-
back to, yeah.
I guess the real question that everybody, the audience, wants to know is: when you were dancing with Pitbull, did you ever have a time where you had to milk the cow? Milk the cow.
Fireball.
Milk. Fireball.
I would- Maybe like a booty, like
Got it.
but that was
Got
probably in the heat, not in Pitbull.
So you have life experience, is what you're telling
Life
me.
experience,
Maybe
yeah.
Got it.
America's Best Dance Crew, not Pitbull.
Oh, America's Best Dance Crew. You haven't told everybody about America's Dance Crew. She was on America's Best Dance Crew.
Episode 0. Check it out.
Episode 0. That's right. She was in. What was your group called? Man, that
Fly
was
Kicks.
so long. Fly Kicks. That's right.
And I never got kicked out.
You did.
I
you
made
did
it to the end.
She made it to
You
the
made it to
finals.
the
of
end with the
America's Best Dance Crew.
Jabberwockies and all of them. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I got third.
There's a
but-
great story there. There's a great story there that I can tell.
Oh God.
And my mom's gonna hate me, but I'm gonna tell her anyway. All right. Anyway, calling in the cows. You're done with calling the cows, right? I want to know, between calling the cows and going to this next location, I feel like once we finish calling, like a lot of the episode was like that first half and calling the cows, that all of this felt so fast, right? It's like you guys all got here and you got to choose. You know, you guys got to do the detour where you got to choose between dancing or you had to choose the bells. And you guys dancing, of course, right? Because you're a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that time period there.
So let's talk about from when we get the clue and our drive to Innsbruck. So right now we're not in Innsbruck. We're on the top, mountainous, like on the hills, right?
Got it.
Of outside the city.
Mhm.
And we get a clue to go inside the city, right? We have nobody to ask directions for. We're in this car.
I'm actually still not confident enough in maps. Like I was doing good, but I wasn't confident in myself. So, but
because
it's
that's just how she is. But she's
I
good.
am, yeah.
Right.
So I told Lewis, I was like, let's go back into the restaurant. He's like, no, it's a mission because of like whatever. I was like, let's ask someone. He's like, I'll go towards the city and you try and find it. And I actually found it on the way there. I found the
Nice.
street. I found the parking lot. I found everything. And that would happen to me.
Yeah.
Like in general, even in Germany, like I would look and I would just find stuff by searching for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so our goal was to go inside. I told her, no, let's get inside Innsbruck, and then we ask somebody there if we need
Yeah,
to.
you guys are going to improvise, right? You guys are going to figure it out when you get there.
Yeah. And
yeah.
she led us straight there. There was
we stopped.
there was
because-
one moment that we stopped in Innsbruck because there was a street that we weren't sure we're on. And I'm like, in the Amazing Race, you got to be decisive. Pick, all right? Like, should we ask? No, I think we're good. Are you sure? No.
That's time.
Pull over, sir. Can I use your phone? Right away.
There was someone walking in the street, and so we wanted to make sure because again, we didn't get GPS directions, so we don't know what's the fastest way to get there, or if there's like a one-way. Germany was full of one-ways, so we're like, let's stop and ask because I'm confused right now.
Yeah, and we asked this couple. We asked them. We got better direction, like exact directions, and we nailed it. We got there quick. I'm guessing if you see the edit, Derek. All right, so let me go with this.
Yeah.
So we go to the garage, though, right? So here's where we lost a little bit of time. We must have lost a little bit of time pulling over, asking directions. That took 3 minutes with waivers, 4 minutes. And we get to the parking garage, and she's like, park on floor 3. Perfect. We start going up. And all of a sudden, there's no marked parking anywhere on floor 3. Babe, where's the marked parking? I don't see it. What does the clue say? It says 3 UG. Underground. You got to go to floor 3, underground, and we went up.
I thought UG was like part of that parking lot, like a nickname or something.
It's the UG building or whatever.
Where in Miami is there UG?
There ain't no underground nothing. There's no basements in Miami.
Yeah.
We have no There's nothing underground.
Well, is it something in Austrian, right? Where it's like UG means something in Austria or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, UG. That's underground.
For those of for everybody who doesn't know out there who's watching this or listening to this, you don't find basements at all whatsoever in South Florida. It just doesn't exist. You start digging, right? And you dig 10 feet and you hit limestone and you hit water. So we don't know what basements look like, what they feel like, or anything, right? We know what going up is and attics and things like that, but we don't know what basements feels like. So we get a house here, we don't have a basement.
And definitely no Uggs, no UGs.
Yeah, so I actually saw UG. I knew I saw it, but I ignored it. I was like, it's 3rd floor. No idea what it was.
So
we had to go all the way up and then all the way down.
Lost some time there. And as we get in the parking lot, we see
Derek and
Claire, Dom and Rich coming out of the car.
Yeah.
We're
so
right behind
Derek and
them.
Claire finished, I think, 10th. And they booked it. Because they must have gotten there so fast.
They must have not
figured
stopped
it
like
out,
us.
and they're making those placements.
Yeah.
They crushed that navigation. Us, we kind of played it more safe. We pulled over, made sure, and messed up in the garage. They must have just booked it and got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's mostly me because I don't want to let him down. Yeah. And I'm scared and I'm like, what if I'm wrong? So I'm like, please, let's stop so that we could like make sure.
Oh,
and at this point in time at the race, you've been doing great, right? Like it's not like you've been so egregious that it's been you guys are almost kicked out, but at the same time, you're playing it kind of safe and you're running right down the middle, right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
What was about the toll? What were you
gonna say? We were right behind Dom and Rich when they were paying a toll, like the car right behind them. So we were right behind them. Aubrey and David were right behind us. But Aubrey and David were nowhere to be found.
They got lost, yeah. And then...
But we're not going to follow... I don't follow anybody. That's not my strategy. I don't
follow your wife. That's it, right?
I follow my wife. I get directions. We are in charge of ourselves. I'm not following anybody else and getting lost because I'm following them. Never. Yeah. That's not my strategy.
Yeah, and then when we all started running out, like, towards to find the clue, we actually saw Molly and Emily along the way. Because we were all like, running together.
Yes.
So like we kind of.
So this is close. This is like neck and neck.
You could see, Mikey, if you want to fast forward, where after we ripped the clue and I talk about we're dancing and she's like, oh my God, we could relive our wedding dance. You see Molly and Emily in front of us.
All right, let's see. This is still cows. I'm going up.
Go forward. Right there, around there. Go back a little bit. No, I think you.
Is it right after? Maybe is it?
Is after we cut the clue for
Because this is Glenda Lumumba. That's their first attempt. We're going
It's
right there, right
okay.
there, right there. All right, so go ahead and play it.
I'm gonna fast forward a little
Stop
bit.
right there.
Okay.
Stop right there. You see them right there? That's them.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that them?
Yes.
This
They
right
were
here?
running with Molly
We
and
were
Emily.
running together, and then
So we're all
Everybody's
running
neck and
together.
neck. It's like this.
Yes.
sometimes we would pass them, sometimes they would pass us. And what's really funny too is I really had to pee, but we've learned from Amazing Race.
We haven't even talked about that. We haven't
You
talked
do
about
not
pee breaks.
pee. You don't pee. So we get there and we start following Emily and Molly because they're going inside a hotel because we got an instructor.
Oh no, hold on. Yeah, time out. Rewind. Explain
sorry.
to them. So we're running together to the dancing task,
Yeah.
right?
Got it.
They got their coach. We got our coach. We're walking to the practice area,
Yep.
and I see them go inside a hotel. That's what she's talking
We were
about.
about to follow them.
And we're about to follow them. They're like, no, they're going to the bathroom. We're like, we're not going to the bathroom.
And I had to pee. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going
So
to the
we
bathroom.
technically got started practicing before them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So they struggled with navigation getting there.
That's wild. Okay, but you guys, how fast was it when you got the clue? You read it, right? Because obviously you're reading the whole clue. And you're like, can you do bell? Because I forgot what Phil specifically said, but it's like you can do the bells or you can do the dance. How fast? How fast did you guys decide we're dancing?
She saw wedding dance. Like it was like that.
Yeah.
Dance.
And you know how sometimes you try and choose the one that's closer to you or like that's easier to get there? No.
You're trying to strategize or whatever? No.
It could have been
Dance.
running for an hour. Dance.
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 That fast.
Dance. All right, cool. So you guys are dancing here. I think, how many attempts was it? Was it 2 or was it 3?
It was actually 3 for
It was
us.
3. It said 2.
It said 2. It made it look, at least there it made it look better. It made us look
Yeah.
better. But
I mean, that's okay. 2, 3 is the same thing, right? You
Yeah.
guys did a
No,
couple
and
things.
then there was
Bro, we nailed it the second time, though.
While we went like towards the second and third, you have to go back into the line again, right? So if someone's dancing, you got to go back. But this time you couldn't watch. You had to
Yeah, you
walk
couldn't
around,
Got it.
like go around the corner. So we were actually with Sharik and her dad.
yeah.
And I remember we were both waiting, and Sharik, she always tells me that she's like, I always have to have a snack on me. So she's eating a protein bar in the middle of all of this, and we're practicing, and she's just like,
Yeah.
I need to eat something.
Yeah. And we see Glenda, was it Glenda Lumumba that were
They
doing
were
it?
there too, yeah.
They were there. I think they had just.
They just got
That
like,
was the best, by the way. Watching the show and seeing him talking about like how she's really high up. That was
They're
freaking
hilarious.
amazing.
Listen,
man. They're so awesome.
You know, we heard the story while afterwards, like we heard that happened, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, since I'm smaller than Lewis, I would have never thought that would have probably been trouble for them. I would have probably switched, like been like, you be the girl, I be the guy, but they probably wouldn't have let that, right?
So so you guys are doing your dance, right? And you guys then, spoiler alert, right? They got 5th place and they got into the mat and everything. But you guys don't get to talk to them, or you guys don't get to share any kind of experiences about what happened on the mat or what happened
No.
in the leg?
We're not supposed to. You're talking about after the leg
Yeah.
is done?
Yeah, after the leg is done.
Yeah. They automatically separate us, and they're back to shh, no talking. And then we'll see our chaperones leave. We're just like, what did you get?
Oh, I'm gonna make a graphic. I'm gonna find a sound effect, and it's just gonna be like shh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand though, because if people develop relationships behind the camera, they didn't capture it, then they're like, how are these two so close, or why are those mad at each other, or don't like each other, and it happens outside of the camera. In previous seasons, the cameras travel with them throughout the airplane and in the airport, so they capture all of that where they start to see relationships happen.
So I guess this is one of the things that you can't compare to previous seasons, right? Before you had to go to the travel agent and you had to like go and book your flight, but you weren't booking for 2, you're booking for 4, right?
Yeah.
Because you got contestant 1, contestant 2, and then you got video, you got audio.
Video and
Yeah.
audio, yep.
So
how
that's
it was.
4. If there isn't enough space on the plane for 4, you're not going,
You
right?
can't get on.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't even think
It's
about that.
crazy. And imagine that adds up, because it's like those teams that got on by standby, they have to go in by 4. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot, and every team has their video guy, and every team has their audio guy. All right, so I I want to talk about this now because before we get to the final map, but every leg you get your own video guy, your own audio guy. Is it the same, or do they mix it up, or what's the deal with crew, right? What's the deal with how do they follow you? Are they vocal? Are they not vocal? Are they cool? Are they not cool? Or are they just
Yeah. So they always change the crews up every leg, and they tell you don't run 15 feet away from each, or is it 20 feet?
20 feet.
20 feet away from each other. They are not vocal at all. I feel like at times, sometimes they start like small conversations, you know. But then when you're done with the race and the mics are off, you know, they'd be like, "Hey guys, man, great job. You know, you killed it. Awesome work." But in the car, they're just like this.
They can't say anything. They
don't say
it's
nothing.
poker face the whole entire time.
They don't give you any clues.
Like I'll
nothing.
look at the camera. I'll be like, "Are we going the right way?" And they're like, "I'm
They got their phones.
Yeah.
They know where everybody's at. You know, Michelle's driving. The camera person's like this, making sure, like looking at where everybody's at. They know everything, but they shush. And you feel like, man, we're doing horrible from their faces. We suck. They finish. Bro, you guys did good, man. Great leg, great job. We're like, oh shit, okay. So
and then the way you're supposed to sit is Lewis has to be the driver. Camera has to go in front so they're able to get both angles.
His angle and the angle in the back, right?
And then audio is next to me.
And then waivers, pretty much anybody you talk to. You talk to them. The camera person pulls you to the side and always asks you the question, what did you ask them? And we tell them, all right, what's your strategy? What did you ask them?
Oh, wow, cool.
While the audio person gets the waiver signed.
And then we actually, this episode, this place was filled with so many people watching us. And we did our first big mistake. We went up to a family of 4.
Oh no! Waivers for the whole family.
Yes, waivers for the whole family, and we messed up because it was a tourist family of 4. But nowadays everybody has a phone, so we use their phone. But I'm like, I'm there, I'm waiting, I'm late. I'm like, what's taking so long? And the audio guy's like getting signatures from the whole family. So I guess that's a good segue of how we're feeling right now. So after we finish this dance, I'm celebrating. I'm having a great time. I know Abby and Will, the twins, are behind us. More teams are probably behind us. You know, for sure, Maddie and Q. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all right. I'm know we improved from 10th place, and we get the map. We get the next spot, and it's the Palace. And I'm feeling good. I feel like we've had a great leg so far.
Yeah.
You guys finish the dance right here, if you guys can see it, and then
yes.
Celebration. How is celebration? That's got to be the best feeling, right? You guys got to do a detour. You guys got to do a roadblock, and they tell you,
yes.
Here you go.
Wait, we should tell them.
So
first time I messed up.
Yeah.
The first time I didn't get this down, right? Second time I thought we nailed it. Right, babe?
I did too, but I think it was me because I asked the choreographer, where do I land? And he's like, no, after you finish turning, you're just done.
Dude,
and I was
Mike, that second time I get down, yeah! I'm like, woo! And the guy's like...
You're like this.
Yeah.
I was like that. And he's like...
No.
Sorry, not Austrian style. And I'm just like...
And I was confused. But then...
Are you serious? But you do understand that he's not the actual judge.
Oh, I don't know that. No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
It's the
they're
producers.
actors. The actors look at the producer. The producer nods yes or no if they pass.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still
just the
Austrian,
actors.
right? And they know about it, and they know the culture and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it's on the producers, right? It's on CBS to say, you know, obviously this is good for logistics, right? It's like they need to be the ones who decide whether you go or you don't go.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this Austrian guy could probably be like, I like their energy. I'm going to give it to him. And we messed up.
He's cool. I like this guy.
He's
Lewis.
nice.
He's going to have Lewis the Third, and I want to see a Lewis the Third. So let's get him through.
Here you go. So, yeah. And then when he said no, I'm like, I was like, where's the producer, bro? I want to, like, what do you mean no? Where are you? So whatever. There was no line. We did it again.
Yeah. Our instructor was like, you want me to go teach you again? And I'm like, No, I know
No.
it. No,
No, we
we're
didn't go
doing
back.
it again. And there was no line, so we're like back to back. Let's go.
You're probably telling the choreographer, you're just like, were you on what's the show?
America's Best Dance Crew?
Were you on America's Best Dance Crew? No? Well, then you don't have to teach me again. Come on, let's go.
That's kind of how it was. No, but what was funny too is they didn't show it, but Lewis got the crowd going. He's like, "Come on, guys!" Before we started, make some noise, and everybody's like, "Yeah!" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go!"
But it was 1% at a time, one team at a time, right?
Yeah.
There were other dancers who were doing it too with you.
Yeah,
I see a couple here. Like there's one here behind you guys and one here to your left.
Yeah.
there's like 4 groups. Yeah,
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys got it. And of course, Lewis starts running off.
Yeah. I was saying thank you to the crowd.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it without the crowd, without their
Awesome.
energy.
I love
and you know
it.
what's crazy too? What I'm noticing a lot is they don't really show how much we run, but there was a good run from the clue to here. Like it was like a few blocks away. Like it was a nice little run.
Oh wow.
Half a mile?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So that's what, 6-7
Like
minutes
running
just running.
straight. If it was probably like 7 minutes running, you know,
Yeah.
at a steady pace. So probably like
And
a half a mile.
you and your cardio, Lewis. You know, I know all about it.
already know.
No, he's actually a great runner. He runs way better than I do, even though he hates it more. But I mean, he's a guy. He's longer. His legs are longer, so it's like harder for me to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you guys finally finished the last challenge, right? And then your guys are going to the mat. How far's the mat? What are you guys feeling? It's like, you know, you're ahead of some people, so you're just like elated, right? Because you're like, we're not 10th, but we're higher, and it's just awesome. What are you guys feeling?
Wasn't
man,
this
so
the
great.
3rd floor too? So it was
It was up
we
the
had
stairs.
we're like up the stairs.
Dude, it was so great because I knew we were placing good. I was hoping maybe top 3. I knew Lamumba and Glenda, Litton, and Sharik were gone. So I was hoping, man, maybe these bells are hard. Bro, 3 will be awesome right now. What a jump. And yeah, we get to the palace. This place is gorgeous. We see arrows pointing up or running up. And I'm just like, we're going another day. We did it. We had a great leg. We get there. Oh my gosh, this ballroom was so gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Chandeliers, the lights. Look at that place, man.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
And you kind of had to be a little more quiet. And Lewis and I wanted to come in stomping. And Phil was like, no, you can't.
You should hear Phil's voice. He's very like.
I'm not going to lie. I thought we would have maybe beat Derek and Claire. After Claire not getting...
You guys were really close, but did you see them near the mat, or did you see them close?
No, we didn't see them near the mat. They must have aced that.
Yeah, look at this room. Look at this room.
Insane.
Incredible. And it was just a great way to end the second day after a debacle of a first day. Not a debacle, but it wasn't the best first day.
It was just an adventure, right? It was just the experience of the second leg.
Yeah, to go halfway was a lot. We wanted to get better, but to do it 5 spots.
Yeah. And that's I mean, I read Reddit, I read Twitter, I read Instagram or whatever, and one of the biggest jumps of this one, right, was you guys going from 10th all the way up to 5th. You guys finished 5th, right? After Derek and Claire. I mean, Derek and Claire, they killed it. They killed the bells. She's in AI. She's in programming. I'm not sure what Derek does. I don't think I ever found out. But they're smart.
I don't even think he knows what he does.
You know what? He can figure it out.
Bro.
He's a smart dude. He's really smart, right?
Yes.
But they figured those bells out really quick, and they killed it. They killed it because they were 10th, and they went to the next leg. They killed the bells, and they got 4th. They did a huge jump, but they started the leg first place, right? So if you think about from cows to there, yeah, they did a big jump. But if you think about it from start to there, they done goofed,
didn't have a good leg.
They done goofed, right?
Overall.
But they caught up, right? But they're still awesome. You try to think about them, they're amazing and all this kind of stuff. But you guys started 10th. I mean, the last leg, you guys had your difficulties, but this leg, you guys went from 10th. You figured it out. You got to the cows. You figured it out. You got to the dancing. You figured it out. You got to the leg, and you guys went up 5 spots, right? And you guys are now dead center with momentum going up.
Yep.
You guys are momentum going up. So I guess you guys get on the mat, right? And you guys are loving this. You guys are in 5th place. What do you feel when you're going home? What do you feel when they shush you and you get back to your hotel room?
We were ecstatic, man. We were just
happy.
so happy.
We were
Just
happy.
like, babe, like
we did it. This is what we wanted to do.
Our confidence was shot the first day, man. Like it
We're
was. We were
humbled.
just like, everybody is an all-star. Like and then we finished fit. Man, it was such a good leg. Like we had very little mistakes, minor mistakes here and there, but we killed the roadblock, detour, navigation, found the pit stop. The thing that set us back, Mike, was waiting in line for so long because we were in the back of the pack.
Yeah.
But before the race started, before that leg started, I said our goal today is to go from the back of the pack to the middle of the pack. They didn't show us. And I said, I know we could come back from behind. And we did it.
Yeah, and I feel like this season too as well, like nobody's terrible at navigation. Like you being bad or getting lost is a matter of 10.
Well, so far
15,
this season,
yeah.
we don't know about the future.
But in general, just 10, 15 minutes, that's it. Like everybody's getting to places. So even so, you're like, oh, there's probably someone lost. No, there's usually no one like really lost where you're in like even Maddie and Q. They went to the wrong
Maddie
location.
and Q were the ones who were the most lost, right? But
Yeah.
even them,
But
they
yeah.
caught up a bit.
And they went to a close location. They went 10 minutes away. It wasn't too far off. Like they were able to catch up as well. And then here's another fun fact. Derek was running with us to the Clue, and they were actually making a little alliance to do.
Yes, I didn't mention that.
Yeah, you could continue it, but they were
Yes.
making an alliance to do the next detour together because Derek knew that Q and Maddie had gotten to yodeling and they were going to kill it fast. And they didn't have to wait in lines or anything. Like they were going to be fast.
Yes, we didn't mention that. Running out of the garage, I'm running side by side with Derek. He's like, "Hey, you want to work on this together?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" But it's a
one of those
scene.
I guess we don't touch upon it much, but it's like last leg, it's a scramble, right? We talked about it, and it's just like everybody's all over the place, and you guys don't really have a chance to get alliances. But this one's a normal leg. Some talks are kind of started forming, right? And it's like you're trying to feel out who's going to help me, who might hurt me, which way am I going to kind of go? Yeah.
And right now, obviously, they saw Q and Maddie. He told me running to the next Clue. Q and Maddie's right there. They're coming, and just like, we can't be last. He's like, you want to work on this together? I'm like, hell yeah. But then we see it singing and dancing.
We're like, dancing!
We're like, I gotta dance. And he's like, I gotta do bells. I'm like, it's all good, bro. Do your thing.
He was like, we're not
later.
dancing, especially after
he's
Claire
like,
yodeling.
I'm dancing.
Claire says she couldn't hold a beat to save her life, so she's not dancing.
Yeah, and in dance, it's not like you could help each other. They have to perform on their own. So
exactly.
He was like, I'm out.
Exactly. Man, well, that's great. You guys made it to the end. You guys got 5th place.
Yes.
We're now going to rate you guys on what you've done, right?
All right.
Okay.
This is, like we said before, this is going to be standard school grades, right? A, B, C, D, F. Let's talk about navigation. What do we think your navigation stands? Where do we think your navigation stands?
From what other people saw, what we did. No, I'm kidding.
Other people saw, you guys did F, right? Because you guys got lost.
F.
I would say B.
B plus.
B plus.
B plus.
Okay,
Man, to go from one country to another, 2 hours, and then go from there for another spot.
Did you guys have to go through customs or anything?
No. There's nothing.
Oh,
okay, I thought you had to go through like a customs gate. Nothing.
They said
nothing.
it was possible that they were.
So navigation, B plus.
B plus.
B plus.
I agree.
Okay. From my point of view, it was a little lower, but because they made it really dramatic, But I appreciate CBS. They did a great job keeping me on my toes, right?
You're right. I agree. Actually, now thinking about it, yes. We gave them the entertainment they needed.
They need some entertainment somehow, right? And you got to have people talking. It's going to be at your expense, right? People are going to think that Michelle and Lewis,
I'm
they
a
can't
terrible
navigate.
navigator. And it's not even Lewis, it's me. He's the one driving.
We're a team here, Michelle.
That's true.
All right. We're going to go into the challenges now. going from Calling the Cows. What do you guys think? How did you guys think you did in Calling the Cows? I think was it 2 or was it 3?
2.
2.
Wait, what?
Two
How many
attempts.
times did you do?
Oh, 2 attempts. Yeah, 2
yeah. How
attempts.
many attempts for Calling the Cows?
So, 2. So what if the roadblock you did it an A plus would have been first try.
Yeah.
A.
So an A.
A minus. Let's say A minus.
A
A minus. A minus.
Yeah.
A minus. A minus because Glenda got it in her first attempt. So
Yeah,
I could have.
that was amazing, right?
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
I should have gotten my first attempt. So A minus.
Did she practice a lot? Do you know, or do you not? Did you not see how much? She
No
practiced?
idea.
And you guys
But there
you
was
guys
no
are
line
so
open.
focused. I'm assuming that you guys are like really focused when you guys are doing this. Like you don't really pay attention that much to the other teams, right? Maybe Lewis, you were standing on the side.
Yeah, but yeah, they were gone before
Yeah.
we got there. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. So when I got there, she was getting her stuff to leave in the dressing room, and I was getting changed.
Got it.
So yeah, we didn't even see them in the thing.
Okay,
So yeah, they did great.
A minus, 2 tries on the cows, on the yodeling. A minus, you guys did great. Going into dance. What grade? You guys did 3 tries.
3 tries.
B
B plus.
plus.
B,
I think a B. Solid B.
B.
Solid B.
Yeah.
B. If we got in 2, it would have been. I think it would have been an A. Man, I remember watching an all-star season of The Amazing Race, and they had to do a dance. It literally took them. They were the all-stars, and they were taking them 15, 18 times each to do a dance. And then I did that same dance with her before we left to practice in like 2 minutes. So I'm like, and all these people are getting it so quick. I'm like, bro, everybody's amazing at dancing.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure's less, right? Let's be real, you're in the middle of the race. How much is it clouding you? I want to know, like 100% for real. Like, Michelle, you're a dancer, you do choreography, you're doing all this stuff all the time. All this added stress, doesn't it add more? Isn't it more intense? Isn't it like the next level because of all the stress? I mean,
it is, but I mean, we're so used to being under pressure. I mean, this woman dances on stage in front of thousands of people, right? And she says she always feels nervous, but she knows how to calm her nerves. She knows she knows how to work under those nerves. And same with me. I mean, yeah, again, I still get nervous if I'm in a bad crazy car accident, a structure fire.
firefighting, in case anybody doesn't put those two together.
Yeah, so firefighting. So I mean, but I'm the type of person that I really love the pressure, and I'm kind of calmed down. Hey, you do this on this scene. Hey, you take this. Hey, you get the IV. Hey, I got this. We got the. Everybody relax. So I feel like we're very good under pressure. The pressure was on me, Mike.
No,
I gotta learn choreography.
The confidence this guy has, like they were calling him a dancer. They were like, "Oh, the dancers." I'm like, "No, he's a firefighter."
That's Q and Maddie. They were the
Yeah.
Yeah, or Aubrey and David.
Yeah.
Or anybody else, I guess.
Yeah. So for me, it's like for dance, my nerves it's the easiest thing. Like it's my strength, of course.
Yeah.
But there's so many more dancers, so it's not like, oh, we're going to blast through this either. And by the way, fun fact here, Glenda and Lumumba love to dance. Like, they go out dancing all the time, so they've taken, like, classes. They're not officially dancers, but...
They're not professional dancers, but
They're
they've
not
got rhythm, and they can learn and all that.
And then I learned through the show right now that Sharik did cheerleading, which is a form of, like... learning. And I'm like, she used to teach her dad like routines that she would learn. I'm like, where did my dance strength go?
Everybody's a dancer.
So yeah, I'll give us a grade of B.
All right, a B. And then I want to add communication. Well, how do you guys feel like you communicated throughout this specific leg? And let's compare it to last one, right? So this grade is in comparison to leg number 1. If you can compare your communication on leg 1 to your communication on leg 2, what do you guys think you'd grade?
Oh my God, yeah. Communication and teamwork on leg 1 was like a D. You know, she got frustrated in that saw. I wasn't listening to her. I was trying to do something else. That was bad. This leg, I think we did great. And you see parts like, for example, I saw a part of the map where I thought it was a bridge. and I thought she made a left. I'm like, babe, I'm pretty sure I'm like this. I'm like, babe, I'm pretty sure that's a bridge and that goes over. You know, communication. Like we talked it out and we got there. So
I think it was
Hey,
great. Even
I think
even when he was saying like we went down the wrong road, I'm like, it's okay. Let's make that U-turn and let's keep going. Like it wasn't like, why aren't you trusting me? Or like, why don't you believe me? Or like, it was like, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
It was more like, can you stop being Arnold and can you be Lewis for just a half second? I need to talk to you.
Yeah. No, but it was really good. And then just the trust in general, he was, when we got out of the dance, out of the yodeling, and he was like, let's go to the city. I have confidence in you that you're going to find in the map and we'll figure it out. And it was just like everything we were agreeing to while he was still saying his opinion. And he gave me the confidence sometimes that I didn't have.
Sorry, I burped.
Awesome. So we're actually going to start winding down because we've been going for more than an hour now at this point.
Okay.
We are at an average, I guess, of A minus, B plus, because we got a B plus, we got an A minus, we got a B, and we got an A. So pretty awesome leg number 2. You guys killed it. Woo. So what is that? Is that shot territory? Take a shot. Shot.
Hey, you got the time there? What time is it?
Right now,
Yeah.
it's 7:50.
Wrong! Shot time! I got you, Mike. Mike, you know us. What's wrong with you? Oh my God, Mike! How did you fall for it? How did you fall for it, dude? You're such a
Oh,
rookie.
that's so great.
Like
That's
you've
so
never
great.
drank with us before. What's wrong with you? Take a little shot. Celebrate the leg.
And our
Celebrate.
first day doing this little podcast together. Like we're gonna have a few ups and downs, but we'll figure it out along the way. And
Boom.
I'm excited.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we're actually doing episode 0, episode 1, and episode 2 all on the same day, right? So it's like, that's why it feels like kind of catching up. That's why it feels all of that, because we decided to do this podcast while we were watching episode 2 at the watch party. Yeah. So it's like, you know what, let's do it. I'm a producer. Louis and Michelle, they have this amazing content, and yeah, that's how it was kind of born. And for any of you guys watching, any of you guys who want to comment, or any of you guys got any questions, how do we reach Louis and Michelle?
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
is where I'm
that the best
most
way?
active in. Yeah. We also got Twitter too. My Instagram about to be verified. Watch out. About to get that blue check. Mr. Louis Cologne, and then we got Michelle Burgos.
Cologne. No, Michelle Burgos Cologne with
Michelle.
one S.
Burgos Cologne.
Michelle Burgos Cologne. Got it.
Yeah, I only have Cologne in my social security card.
It's okay. It's a pain in the ass to change.
It
your
is.
freaking
And
name.
then since I used to be on tour, I'm going to do it now. But since I used to be on tour so long, I didn't want to switch the documents and all the paperwork because it might conflict with pay or passports or
we
with
gotta
visas.
finish this episode, babe.
Sorry.
Stop talking.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Louis Cologne, Michelle Burgos Cologne. Hit them up. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, Mike J. Burgos. We'll see you on the next episode, right?
Yep.
Croquetica. Thanks for joining
Croquetica.
Croqueta Chat.
Later, boys.
Go get that talk
Later,
and a
girls.
shot.
Croqueta Chat. Bye, guys.